Hi, I'm Janet. After years of trying to figure out the film industry, making some gains, only to see them dwindling away, I finally got my shit together and I made $85,000 my first year in the film industry in Los Angeles. Creating a career in film does not need to be a struggle. You can start in your city. I want to teach you my process and teach you how to do it. You'll see that you really can live that extraordinary film lifestyle that only the film industry can provide. Let's go.
Hey, I wanted to give you a little lesson that I was giving a production assistant on set yesterday. Yesterday, I worked on set with an amazing production assistant who does not know that she is amazing. She has not stepped into her own energy that she's amazing. Okay, so what makes somebody amazing? It's a great question, right? What makes somebody amazing? It's them thinking that they are amazing, thinking that they are providing value, them having confidence in themselves and loving other people as much as they love themselves. That kind of energy is just extremely attractive. So what is not attractive? Let's look at what is not attractive on film sets. Here's one thing I know repels people: desperation, being bummed out. When you approach the business like it's hard, or that you're scared that you're going to mess up. That desperate feeling, that too aggressive feeling, all of those energies, I see those on sets a lot. And especially when people are trying to make a name for themselves, when they're trying to connect inside the industry, they're trying too hard, or they're coming across as desperate, or they're complaining about how there's not enough work, or they don't know how everything's going to turn out. All of that is kind of a desperate energy. And here's the thing, what you focus on, you move towards. So you really want to become aware of how your energy is and how you're showing up on set, because you create how it is. You know, there is no way that it is on a film set. And your experience of how it is on a film set is created by you, by your thinking. So that's why it is so important to be tuned into how you're thinking while you're there on set, because that's what you're putting out to everybody. So, for instance, this particular production assistant, super prepared, wears a name tag, tries really hard, talks to people. She's awesome. But she doesn't know that she's awesome because her energy is not celebrating people, celebrating being there on set, learning so much. It's worried about trying to get enough work and connect with people. She's trying, she's kind of comes across as desperate because she's trying so hard, making sure that she hands out her business cards and making sure that she has these little combinations so that little conversations so that people refer her and bring her in next time. She's trying so hard. And it's so funny. The exact effort of trying so hard, and you might be thinking, well, of course, shouldn't you be doing that? Yes and no. Trying without that being the front focus. You can make something happen without directly being focused on making it happen. What gets you all the work in the business is doing your job, number one. It's always great to remind us all of this because we're like, oh, isn't it getting people to like you and hire you? See, that's where I think her focus is. No, what gets you hired is doing your job and then having playful little conversations with people on set. That's what gets you working. Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? And competently doing your job, anticipating what needs to be done on set, having your own back around your own self and not getting into these thought loops inside your brain of like, oh no, what did they think? Did I mess it up? Was I fast enough? Did I say the right thing? Not getting into those thought loops. So a lot of self-love as you do your job. And a lot of focus, not being so much on yourself, but focus on being on other people. Focus on other people. Focus on how you want to be doing that job. What experience you want to be creating for yourself and for others on film sets. So that's a different way of becoming in demand. Because if you try to be, yes, it's the same thing that you want to have happen. You want people to remember you and call you back on film sets. So you can either be like, okay, I got to make that happen. Pass out my cards, make sure I talk to everybody, and try to make sure that they call me for the next job. It's very serious. It feels a little bit heavy. It feels even like you're fighting against yourself to do it because you don't want to do it. That's because you're like, I got to sell. It's coming from like, I got to sell, I got to make this happen, coming from actually a reality where it's like, since I have to try so hard, what's underneath that is that there's a reason why I have to try so hard, because this is hard, because people don't want to hire me, because, this is something that is difficult. It's almost like there's a presupposition that it's difficult when you approach it that way. Well, what if it wasn't difficult? What if it was just like you and your amazing, brilliant personality there doing your job on set, and knowing that the right people will be attracted to you from your great energy? Like, you still have the intention of working all the frickin' time, but one has like a deep knowing of like, I work all the frickin' time. The other one is like, I got to make this happen. Huge difference. It's a huge difference in the energy with the same intention. I know this little lesson very well because it's a mistake that I made myself when I was starting. And I think a lot of new people do make this mistake. We're like, okay, I want this so bad. I don't know how to make it happen. So I'm going to try really hard and make sure that people have my card, that they remember me. And then I worry about, do I have enough work? Do I have work next week? How come they have work? I don't have work. It's like, that makes us, since we are coming from scarcity, really that's where it's coming from, scarcity, then we're analyzing and we're like, did that person like me? Is that conversation good? Is that going to get me not hired back? Oh, did I mess that up? Oh, I don't have anything next week. Is it because of that job I just finished? Is it because of like, maybe somebody didn't like me? Maybe my personality doesn't vibe with that person. And that scarcity-minded mindset causes us to spin. And then it impacts our energy. It impacts our learning. Because if you're so focused on yourself and how hard it is and how you have to get your name out and forcing yourself to like talk to people, and it's a forcing because you're making it like that, because you're making yourself do it, because I gotta do this, because I gotta get all these people and get in all these phones. People feel that. And most importantly, you feel that. And it's not light and love and expecting success. It's like actually making success hard. When you think it's hard, then you feel desperate. Your conversations then are coming from a desperate place, from that it's a hard place. And the result is you're making it hard for yourself and for others. Because when somebody is trying to force something to happen, trying to become memorable, trying to have these conversations on set so that people remember you, when you're trying to do that, they can feel that. And are they thinking, this person's amazing? No, they're thinking, this person wants me to hire them again. This person is trying to connect. This person is trying to get hired. They're not thinking, this person's so good at their job. They're so amazing. I just love that person. They're thinking this person maybe is not that good because they're trying so hard to get hired again. If they were hired, if they were so good, then they wouldn't even be trying to get hired so badly all the time. Make sense? So it creates the opposite impact when you think about how it lands on the other people. Where focus goes, energy flows. So we focus on what we want to create, how we want to feel, and therefore everything will line up from there. Okay, so let me explain this a little bit more. Instead of scarcity, which presumes that there's not enough and I got to make something happen and it's not going to work out, instead we're going to come from, let's just talk about, I don't really love the word abundance, but let's use the word abundance. It's more like knowing, like a deep knowing or a decision to believe that I do a great job on set and I will have plenty of work. Within a 12-month period, I will have worked a ton. That is a deep knowing that you can sit in and believe. And it's something that you don't have to be like, oh, what's happening next week? It can be like, oh, no, I have a deep knowing that I love people, that I'm in the right place, that I am using my life to work in the film industry. And in a year, so we stretch it out a year so that we don't have that scarcity kind of like urgency. Urgency closes down our mind. It makes us look inward, and it's a very low level of learning because we're just urgent, instead of like being calm, relaxed, knowing that I'm going to have a great year. This is all, I'm going to connect with all the right people that I should be connecting, and I'm going to do a great job and have all these people calling me and moving into the craft that I want to do. That's going to be my energy. Because how are you going to make that your energy? Because that's going to be your focus. So where your focus goes, then energy flows. And then it's very easy to just be like, hey, this is so easy to be on sets. It's so easy to talk to people. I know that in a year, I'm going to have a full schedule. I'm going to have the most amazing year ever. And then you're able to access a much wiser part of you. Not that desperate part of you. It's a wiser, loving, calm, peaceful, playful part of you that doesn't force, that isn't trying to impact the outcome. It's just there loving other people, doing a great job on set, anticipating what needs to be done. That was my lesson that I taught this production assistant. And she's like, holy shit, I never thought of it that way. She's like, I thought I had to try so hard and convince all these people. I'm like, no, just be your lovely, playful self, because at the end of the year, you're going to have a ton of fucking work. You'll have met a ton of people. You'll be in a lot of people's phones. You'll have helped so many film sets go so smoothly, and you will be moving into the craft that you want to move into because you're so amazing. You've connected with all these people so easily. Make it easy. If you were using your brain to make it easy, what kind of thoughts would you be thinking? What would you be believing? What would you be believing? You'd be believing, this is easy. So think of the thoughts that you need to be believing to have this most amazing career. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I wanted to convey to you today, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thanks for listening today. And if you have a moment, could you please leave me a review? I would love that. And make sure you head over to friendsandfilm.com/join and sign up for my free mini course on what you need to know to find opportunities and start making film and acting work come to you. I'll see you next week.